Welcome back to my channel, Red Elevator. I'm Nina. For those of you that are new, I'm an interior designer, and this channel is about beautifying your home and living your best life. Today, we are going to talk about the most ideal bedroom layouts. So many people struggle with not knowing how to do their layouts for their bedrooms, and I see so many awkward layouts of bedrooms that we're going to give you the best suggestions on how to make those changes effectively today. And since so many of you asked today, I am wearing a brand new outfit that I love. This tank top is probably my favorite tank top that I own. It fits perfectly. It's by Careste, and so is the skirt. We will link all of these in the description section. And my shoes you've seen before are Celine. So recently in my bedroom, I updated the niche corner that is on the side of my room. So this is a really good layout. Of course, a lot of this is predicated on having the right size room. So I understand there's going to be some restrictions when it comes to being able to do some of the layouts, but if you have a niche to the right of your bed, like the layout I'm about to show you, then this is a really great way of incorporating an open sitting area that will also serve as a place to relax and read and have a good time. So in planning my bedroom layout, I really wanted to create a space that worked for me and my lifestyle, and opening and closing my drapes was a difficult task for me because I'm a Virgo and because I needed all the folds to be exactly in the right location, and it just was too much to open them during the day, close them at night, put them back exactly the way I need them to be seen. So I all of a sudden thought of this fantastic idea of putting in shades that aren't seen during the day but are blackouts at night. So of course I'm going to call Hunter Douglas. Who else am I going to call? Hunter Douglas has an enormous variety of different kinds of modern shades or traditional shades, and I wanted something really clean because of the fact that I wanted to almost seamlessly disappear into my window. So I decided to choose the designer roller shades that are cordless, and they open from the bottom up. This made the ability to just open these seamlessly, quietly, quickly, or my husband to do so, very easy, and it actually fulfilled exactly the need and the purpose that I was looking for. So in the morning, we wake up, all we have to do is pull on the shade, as you can see in these videos, and in one clean sweep, we can open all three shades in a matter of seconds, and I don't have to worry about whether my drapes are perfectly linear, perfectly pleated, and it just keeps everything easy, fun, and fast. So I wanted to mention the fact that everything is customized and customizable, so you can pick anything for any size window. My house is, we built this from the ground up, so nothing about it is a cookie cutter. So we really needed the customization, which I really enjoyed. So we decided to go with a fabric by the name of Swinton in the color Moorside. So I'm going to link all of this information in the description section in case you guys want to buy the exact same shades. But again, remember, you can do anything you want because of the fact that they have a lot of different varieties to choose from. Lucky for me, Calico is the one-stop shop for all Hunter Douglas products, where you can actually see, touch, feel every one of their Hunter Douglas shades, and you get to see all of their fabric selections. Their services are absolutely free, so people come to your home, they measure, they come and install it for you. I mean, it is really easy, and I know that that's going to be important for you guys, so I had to share. Lastly, it was really important to me as a designer, as an interior designer, not to have the rollers actually show. I've seen them in many modern houses where you see like a roller, and it doesn't bother me, but the fact that there was a cassette, which is basically what houses the roller, made it seem a little more upscale to me. And typically I don't love cassettes, but these are flush within my window, so I was really lucky in being able to incorporate these right into my bedroom windows. Many of you struggle with bedroom layouts, and I'm here to make it easy on you. I see a lot of mistakes when it comes to bedroom designs, and I'm going to talk about the very first mistakes I see. A, you want to pick the wall that is the longest, the widest, really, as your anchoring wall where your head is going to be laying, meaning that's where your headboard is going to go. The first layout is called the symmetrical layout, and it is as it sounds. A room that is symmetrical. The door could be either from the right or from the left as you enter the room, and the first thing that you're going to see as you walk into the room is this large wall. This is where you're going to put your bed. You can see windows on the right. Sometimes the windows are on the left. That doesn't matter, but the bed really needs to be symmetrical within that wall, and you want to keep everything in the center. So you put your bed in the center, the nightstands on each side of the bed, and this is a really easy and functional layout. Here's an example. I see this time and time again. You've got a big wall. In most apartments, most houses, bedrooms are like this, so this is how you need to design yours. You have a big wall. This is where you're going to put your very interesting bed against the wall, and then you basically, in front of you, you can style it any way you like. If you like a TV in your room, that's what you can put there. You can also put a dresser in front of the bed, something that makes sense with your lifestyle. The next layout is called the window symmetry layout. This actually is a design that we did very recently for a client of mine. She had two windows that were in a very awkward place. And what we did was, well, luckily there was enough space between one window and the next window in order to put her bed. So we put her bed there. And she didn't like the fact that there were windows behind her, but there was really no other way to do it. And so what we did was we floated a curtain behind her throughout the entire wall. So it was great because now she gets this beautiful backdrop. The windows are covered, and you've got these gorgeous drapes, and in front of the drapes we floated her bed. So the bed is not leaning against the wall, it's just a bed that sits on the floor with a headboard, and the entire backboard, the entire wall behind the bed is actually curtains from floor to ceiling. In the absence of wanting to put an entire wall of curtains, which is very chic and very designer, and I love doing it, but I understand it takes a lot of fabric, it takes a lot of money to do that. You could certainly just float your bed in between these two windows, and of course put your nightstands underneath the windows. Hopefully your windows are not that low, so your nightstands are not butting up against the window and covering part of the window. That is what looks worst, which is why the headboard that's elongated, which incorporates the nightstands, and then you've got the whole beautiful fabric behind it, works. But in this case, most of us are going to have a bed, and we're going to have two nightstands, and we're going to have two windows. And in this instance, I would do Roman shades within these windows to keep it simple. You're not going to want to have two small panels of drapes. That looks awkward. You just put in your Roman shade, and you keep your bed in this position. The elongated room layout. Many of us have the elongated room and we don't know what to do with it. Well, I'm here to tell you exactly what we do as interior designers to make the room look ultra stylish. If you have an elongated room and at the end of the room you have either a fireplace or a television, what would be ideal is to float a few feet away from your bed a sitting area. You have to have the length of the room. And some houses have these awkwardly long rooms and people don't know what to do with them. Well, this is what you do. You grab two chairs, two very comfortable swivel chairs, and you place them a few inches away from the bed. And you sort of anchor the room with the sitting area. And you've got this niche in which you can sit, read, watch television, pontificate, whatever it is you need to do. This is a great place that will anchor the room into making it look like it is a room that is well designed and has a purpose. Many times when there's elongated rooms and people leave it vastly empty, it just feels awkward. Here are two examples. In one instance, you've got two chairs that are like the diagram that are floating. But in this example that I had to show you, which I love, you've got a sofa that is literally at the foot of the bed where a bench might be found. And instead of a bench, you've got a beautiful sofa. And this sofa is essentially acting not only as your bench, but it's also acting as your sofa, where you can have a coffee table in front of which you can also have your television or fireplace. This is for a room that is not as long. So if you have a room that has enough for a sofa and you have enough distance between yourself and the television, definitely float that sofa. You don't have to put a coffee table if you don't wish, but this is a great way to really incorporate the designer look in your bedroom and make it functional. Are you struggling with layouts with your bedroom or any other room in your home? Well, look no further. You can book a Zoom call with me by clicking the link in the description section below. The asymmetrical bedroom layout. This happens when you've got a door that is going to throw you off, where you're really not able to center the room. And you know it if you've got this layout at home. So the asymmetrical layout can turn into symmetrical if you do the following thing, which I love. In this layout, you've got sort of a niche that is carved into the room, either because of the fact that you've got an inset or you've got an area that's sort of been carved out, etc. So in that instance, you naturally throw in 2 chairs that are facing the bed, as you can see in this photograph of this room with pink curtains like mine. Someone has very good taste. And if not, what you can do is you can create this niche, even if it wasn't intended to be there by the architect, and I love that. So what you'll do is you will create this niche by not centering your bed, but giving an alleyway, shall we say, for lack of a better term, a rectangular section on the side of the room where you're going to put your seating area, like a quaint little it's sort of like a bistro, you know, when people do little bistro chairs. Well, now you're doing sort of the bistro, sort of the coffee sitting area. You have 2 comfortable chairs, you've got a table in between the 2 chairs, they are at the outskirts of your room, and then you don't worry about having the bed centered because you have created this sort of elongated little niche on the right side, and then you center your bed with what remains of the wall. Hopefully that makes sense and you know exactly how to do this. Do you have a bedroom layout drama that you can't figure out? Well, sound off below and maybe I can help you. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Red Elevator, and I'm going to ask you, please, kindly, if you can, to subscribe. It really helps the channel, and that way I can continue to keep cranking out content for you guys. We love you. Can't wait to see you again next week. Take care.